patient. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
How's it, guys? Travis from Ostrich Longneck here. Well, it's time to get started with the first video of the F-15 Strike Eagle. First I have to build the cockpit, get all that done, and the lower landing gear section, get that glued into place. Once that's all done, then I can start building the plane, the cockpit first, the rear section, and so on and so on. I'll explain everything as I go along. This is my first fighter jet. I have built a World War II Korean War style fighter plane, which I'm still busy with, which I started as just a little fun thing, which I'm still busy with. I've mentioned it before, I messed the clear coat up. When I'm done with that, I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to be starting with the cockpit of the Strike Eagle soon. So in a few seconds I'll be going over to my spray area / bed to start working on the model, getting some of the first parts done and painted and assembled, so I can start getting to the more important things, the actual aircraft itself. But of course the cockpit has to be painted, and hopefully I can do a good job on that. So guys, let's get over to the spray area and start putting down some base coat. Be back now. Okay guys, here's all the parts I want to start working on. The only parts I removed so far is these parts here for the ejector seat. I don't want to put primer on them yet. I want to glue them first and then primer them. So let's get started with priming these parts, and then we can continue with other stuff later. Guys, that's the first coat of primer. I'm going to give it a little bit of time to dry, and then I'll take a look and see if it needs another coat. One place I did, just want to give it a little bit more. Okay, well, there we go guys, that's the first coat of primer. I'll be back as soon as the paint is dry. Be back now. Okay guys, while the paint is drying, I'm quickly going to do these ejector seats, which the pilots sit on. Just going to remove these little pieces of plastic. There's 2 pieces done. Okay, I can put those excess pieces of plastic aside. Now, it's up to you guys, but these small pieces of plastic, if you got an empty paint bottle, what you can do is take all these pieces, cut it up nice and small, throw it into the paint bottle, and buy just some cheapy model cement, throw that into the bottle, and then the cement will melt this, and the more plastic you get in, the thicker your concentration will get, and you can actually use that in places where you've got a gap but there's no seam lines or anything. You can use that and fill that gap up until it's basically above level, and then slowly sand that and get it nicely, because what it does is it will weld those 2 points, that gap. When you throw it in there, it will weld it together and bond, so when you sand it off, it will make one piece of plastic. So if there's not many seam lines in the area, there's a bit of a gap, you can use that as an alternative, and it also will make the joint you're working on stronger, because, well, it's glue mixed in with actual plastic. I've used that on my Defiant in certain places. I admit it's not brilliantly perfect, because it does take quite a bit of work to make it look nice, but it is an alternative to thicker fillers. Fillers, of course, just fill the gap, but they don't actually help you make a stronger bond. This way, at least if there's no seam lines and you want to use this type of technique, you can. I don't know how many other modelers use that type of method, but I like to use it wherever there, as I say, there's no major seam lines which I want to keep. If there's a seam line I want to keep, then I don't use it. Then I'll go over to putty, which I can try smoothing in better. Not that I've got very brilliant putties, I still want to get myself some better thinner type putty. Okay, so there we go. Now I've just got to line these chairs up, so I've got the right ones on each side. And there we go. Now, of course, for glue, the one with the paintbrush inside is nice, but to get into these little gaps like that, sometimes I prefer this one over here, because I can get in to positions where I want to get into. Just want to come here and check the seat. Yeah. Okay, back again. I think I figured it out. Okay, some of the chair goes in there, and the rest of it goes along the edge here. Not get a good enough grip on it there. go in properly. Okay guys, there we go. We got one half of the chair together. My camera's just messing around. Got this half of the chair together. Now for the other half. Okay, hopefully this half will go easier. There we go guys. This has already taken 8 minutes to assemble. So that is the one ejector seat. Come on camera. Sorry guys, this camera just wants to mess me around again tonight. Well, there's the ejector seat. The other side will be exactly this. The other ejector seat will be exactly the same, so I won't show you assembling that. What I will do is just go into the back over here of the chair and just add extra glue like that. All that will do will just make sure that the joint is nicely glued together, and hopefully it will make it stronger. So guys, that is it for now. My battery is running a bit low. I'll be back now and hopefully I'll have enough battery power. Be back now. Okay guys, here we are back with the parts. I've primed them all. The only part which I forgot to do was the inside of the nose of the aircraft. The whole assembly goes in there, so I've primed that. Next is putting down the color for the cockpit. So I don't have the right one, so I'm going to be using this one over here that I'm going to use for the inside of the cockpit. So let's get started. Sorry about the noise, guys. Okay, I'm just going to reposition the camera so you can see the next part, the inside of the fuselage. Zoom a little bit in. Now the cockpit piece is going to be sitting in that area there, so I have to spray that because you'll be able to see the size of the walls. Okay guys, the next part I've got to do is, let me zoom out, is all these little pieces over here, but I'm somewhere going to do them off camera. So I'll be back now once all this is done, and then we'll be getting to the parts like this one over here, which has to be hand painted, all the little buttons and screens and that type of stuff, all that has to be hand painted. So I'll be back with that stuff now. Be back now. How's it guys? I'm just busy checking out the plans here. What I've got to do next is paint all the buttons and stuff. The only problem is they're very small, so I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to paint the stuff and videotape it at the same time, considering that's the whole console that I have to paint, and these parts are very small. So once I've decided what I'll do, I'll get back to you and let you know. Now what I could have done on this aeroplane is build the carpet and the aeroplane basically at the same time. I thought of that. I could build the back end of the whole aeroplane, get that basically all done, and then the carpet done, and put everything together. But then I thought to myself, nah, rather build the carpet as one part and then the rest of the plane later. So it will be a much more exciting build than jumping from here to there to here to here and all over the place. I thought that might just be a little bit irritating. Get the cockpit section done and then start building the whole thing. But that's enough of that nonsense. I'm gonna try see if I can set it up and keep an eye on the camera and see if it stays focused. If it messes around too much, then I won't bother with the videotaping of the buttons and stuff which I have to paint. If it stays nice and crisp and clear, then I'll show you what I'm doing. So let me figure that out and I'll be back now. And anyway, my battery's running flat. Be back now. Okay guys, well, I'm gonna attempt to do the, let's see, Crt panels. They all gotta go dark green. So the dark green I'm using, if I can get it into shot here, I'm gonna use this dark green here, if it'll focus. Oh, there we go. Dark green, Tamiya XF61, the acrylic paints. So that's what I'm going to be using, and hopefully I can now get the camera to refocus. And there we go. Okay guys, just shake my paint up. More, and let's get started. Brand new bottle of paint, never been opened. Okay. Okay, now try to keep this still. This top panel here, these little screens must all go green, so I'm using my magnifying glass to try to get as good a view of what I'm doing as possible. If I get in the way, I apologize. I'm trying not to get into the shot. And if I turn it and it goes out of view, sorry about that. But it's a bit hard to judge. And the camera decides to go out of focus again. Working and trying to look at the camera and position the stuff is not easy. Now of course there is aftermarket parts which you can buy for this. I would have liked to have bought those parts. Basically it's little gadgets which you buy and you just glue into place, and they're already pre-painted with all your navigational equipment on it, which would make this model look absolutely fantastic. But I cannot afford that type of stuff. It's just too expensive for me. Right now I'm running on a very, very tight budget. Because my salary is not as good as I would like it to be. that's the big ones done. Now I've got, let's see, one small little panel that has to be still painted. Okay. Let's see if I can get this nicely into focus. Zoom out a bit. There we go, guys. There's the panels painted. Don't look too bad. Now it doesn't want to focus again. Oh, come on, focus. Yep, camera wants to be a bit of a pain. Okay guys, that's those little panels. I've still got to paint these ones. It's already 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes on the video, so I'm gonna pause now and do those off camera. I think I'll come back and do a little bit more, yeah? So I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've now got to paint some black onto this. So just got to get my eyes on so I can see what I'm doing. These panels are so small. The first piece I'm going to do is this little one over here. So get a bit of black on the tip of my paintbrush and start painting the paint on here. That is the first panel. I'm going to show you just this one. Any black that will be painted on the other one I won't show, otherwise this video will get way too long. even with this little magnifying glass thing I've got on my head, it's still not that easy to see. Quite difficult. I've got the thing out of shot. Oh, damn. Well, there we go, guys. That's it so far. I might be doing some touch-ups. So far, I'm not 100% satisfied, but this paintbrush is irritating me. Oh, guys, that's it for now. I think I'm going to finish these off camera because painting these by hand just takes too long. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when I assemble the cockpit. So I'll most probably do the rest of the painting off camera, but you get the idea of what I'm doing. I'll see what happens. Maybe I'll show you some more, maybe I won't. But anyway, I'll be back now. Okay guys, as you can see, I've got some parts line in front of me. From this tree I'm going to be taking 4 parts off, and from this tree I'm going to be taking 1, 2, 3, 4 parts off as well. I've got the ejector seat now painted. This might not be correct, but I decided I want to have it red harness with the standard yellow ejectors, and my little cockpit area, the buttons and stuff, I didn't do it quite the way the instructions said I must do it. I used some yellow and some red and some other colors just to make it stand out a little bit better, because it was just grey and silver, and I thought that's going to look a little bit bland. From all the photos I could see there's more color to the buttons, so that's the way I wanted to do it. You don't always have to follow, you can go look at photos and do it a little bit your way. Not easy to do these small little things, I'm not very good at it. So let me quickly get all my parts set up and then we can start assembling the cockpit. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm now going to start putting in the first part. Just dropping my glue down onto a piece of rubbish which I'm not worried about, so I don't have to worry about getting glue all over the place. Now the first one goes in the second hole, so I'm just getting some glue on the bottom of my part and trying to get it in. It's not easy, so forgive me if I'm not in shot or if you can't see nicely what I'm doing. Oh, there we go guys. The flight stick is in place. Now that's what the little flight stick looks like, if you can see it. This one has to go in front. Get a little bit of glue on the bottom, and that one's a bit easier to put in if it stops sticking to my finger. And sorry, my finger was in the way. There we go. That's now glued into place. Just got to let the glue dry a little bit. Next part is 2 small little pieces. And try and get this into position. There and there. So try and cut this without getting too far in the way, because I don't want it to go flying off. Turn it over. And there we go. Oops. Now any little touch-ups I can do once it's glued into place, I can just go see if I can see anything and then just do some touch-ups. These things are quite small. Okay. again a little bit of glue. And now there's two small little holes I just want to get my eyes on because it's a bit small to see. Okay, there we go. Just put some glue on the bottom of that again. Forgive me if I get out of shot because this is quite small. All right. Let me zoom a little bit out. Try get this into the hole. Okay guys, there's those two pieces in position. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. There's the front one. There's the back one. Unfortunately, my light which I made didn't work out quite as nice as I wished it would. Okay, so that is those two parts. And let's see. Okay, next. Okay guys, next is this one over here. And this little one over here. As I said, I'm not very good with painting such small things, but I'm satisfied with it. It looks alright. It's not perfect, and it's so small you're not really going to notice. Because I'm using a camera, it's going to look bigger than what it actually is. If you compare it to my hand, you can see against my nail that how small it actually is. So I'm pretty happy with that. It looks alright. It's not the best in the world, but I couldn't care. As long as you are happy with what you've done, that is all that matters. Okay, so this particular one goes in front. Just need to wax some glue on it. And there we go, drop it. And that will go in front like that. And come on, focus. In the back over here, where it makes contact, I can just drop a little bit of glue in. A little bit of glue like that. And then it can dry. So that's the first part of the cockpit done. Wrong direction. Now for the second part. Now this one, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, this one goes in there. Okay, let me just pick that up. Wrong piece. Let me get my glue on this piece. Okay, here we go. Drop that into place. And there we go, that's in place. Now I can just drop a bit of glue here at the back. And in the back there. And there we go. Next part of the cockpit done. Let me zoom out a little bit. Wrong zoom out. And there we go. So that is done. Now of course after this part I'm going to finish the video off. Because this is getting a little bit long already. I'm not sure how long this video is already. Okay, just got to put that down somewhere. Collect the two side pieces off. Okay, next part I've got to glue on is this black cover. Just got to move this out of the way so I can figure out, okay, this must go to the front and that to the back. Something like that. Okay, got a little piece of trimming I want to do. Of course, whatever little marks you make like this, you can always just come in later and touch it up if you need to. So don't be afraid of doing a little bit of marks. Everything is always repairable. Okay, so this is going like that, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to put some glue down here, there, along this area. Try and show you a view so far. If the camera was in focus, good. There you go, as you can see that part over there. So I'll be back in a second. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm back. Now to glue the next part in. Trying to get it zoomed in a bit better. Quickly grab my eyes so I can see what I'm doing. Come on, please stop running out faster than I want. Okay, now I've got this little crossbar to put in place. Oops, not what I wanted. Let me try this again. Okay, oh, there the camera goes out of focus. Okay, as you can see, there's the little bar which I put in place right over there. Now I've just got to do a little bit touch-ups with the paint over there, some over there and on that side. Once that's dry, I can do the little bit of touch-ups. Seat into place like that. Okay, that is the one installed. Quickly get some glue on the next part. Down on that. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's the next seat in place. And that looks like everything. Let me zoom just a little bit out. Okay. Well, there we go, guys. The cockpit is now almost done. Next part, once I've done some touch-ups, next part is the undercarriage, the front undercarriage, which goes over here, and then of course all of that will go into the front part of the aeroplane, which closes around it like that. So that's it for this video. Let me see if I can get this over here in focus. Ah, come on, camera, don't. Oh, guys. That's my cockpit so far. I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. As I say, I've just got to do some touch-ups. So, I'll be back now. Zoom out. Well, guys, that's it for now. I'll be back in a second. Be back now. Well, guys, that's it for this part of the video. In the next part of the video, I'll be putting on the bottom part of the landing gear, putting the two halves of the fuselage, the front part, together. Then I will start assembling the main fuselage. All of that will be primed and painted basically once most of the plane is put together. But that is all for a different video. That's it for this one. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be total. Hope you guys enjoy what I've shown you so far. Sorry that I couldn't show you all of the painting of the little buttons, but those things are really small, and trying to videotape and paint those things at the same time was a little bit nerve-wracking. Trying to concentrate on both things at the same time was just a bit of a pain. But I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment if you feel like it. It will be appreciated. So guys, thanks for watching. Live long and prosperous, and happy modeling. Cheers.